Hi, my name is Temmy coming to you from Genesis Studio. This is a late night quick edit session. I have one more photo in the collection I'm doing to edit, and I just decided to record it and show you guys what my editing process looks like, and maybe you guys can learn a thing or two or show me ways to improve my editing. So please subscribe, leave a like, and drop a comment in the comment section below, and let's jump into it. Alright, we're recording. I have the image loaded here right now, and this is Curler. It's her birthday shoot. I've already started. Basically what I've done, I created a new layer. You can do that by just hitting Command J. You have a new layer, because it has copy now, because I just copied this layer one I had. So I'm gonna Command Z. She has beautiful skin texture, as you can see, but I've done some blemish work. If you just look right in this area, this area before, after. So I've tried my best to clean up some of the blemishes she has, and what I use the patch tool. I'll go ahead and do a little bit more of that. So like a line like this, I always want to take it out, so that's too much. Let's just, there we go. That's fine. I just take a new patch. So when I zoom out, you can see that just gives it a lot more better look. So what I'm doing is I'm sampling areas that I don't like this bump right here, and I was replacing with an area I like, and basically that's what the patch tool does. The close stamp tool, this can also do that, because now if I go, but I found that to keep the same texture. So this is the close stamp tool. You see, it basically does that, and you just select from what you want and cover it up with. But I found that I'm better, if I would say I'm better, because I can be more selective. It helps me be selective. I can pick the actual spot I want. So the healing brush also, the healing tool also does the same thing relatively. Our goal is just to remove as much blemish as we possibly can before going into frequency separation. So I have this line also here. Oops. By the way, right now I'm using a Wacom tab with a pen. That's what I'm editing with. If you want to know more information about that, just leave a comment below. Yeah, we can see this dent in the face. You can see it. I can try and make that dent less obvious, so that everything looks nice and straight. Yeah, as you can see. So let's go before and after. So what we just did. There was a little dent right there. Not a dent, but just sorry, Curler. But we can see how that's dramatically changed that image. So little specks like this that you don't want to worry about during frequency separation, I just try to take out. We have that. We have that. Well, I was still keeping the texture, so we still have beautiful texture, but blemishes are gone. So do a little more here, there, and yeah, perfect. So now what I'll do is play my frequency separation. I have this basic frequency separation. You can use the advanced, and I have the Prince Mason pack. Please, if you don't know Prince Mason, I'll leave his channel in the descriptions below. He's an amazing photographer, an amazing retoucher. He has actions and packs. I got mine from him. Please check it out. Links in the description. So I just play that, and it asks me. Oh, give me one second. Move that over. Yeah. It asks me what blur level. So I want to. That's a good question. Let's put it on the. That's fine. Let's see what the face looks like. If I go lower, that's the blur level. If I go higher, that's the blur. So I wanna give it about let's make too much, yeah. Right about there is perfect. I click OK, and now I have my basic frequency separation layer. When I click on it, I go to my low layer. That's how it works. So some people start on the high layer and do more blemish control. I love to start to a low layer and get my mixer brush tool. All I do is click Alt hold Alt as I click on the brushes. to toggle between them. Now this is the mixer brush tool, and what this tool does is literally mix two layers of light together. So what causes your model to look however they are, not just the model, what causes anybody to look how they look is how light is hitting them, and how their shape is reacting to that light, and that's basically what we're seeing. What the mixer brush tool does for you is mix and make the intersection between light and dark very subtle, and that's basically what face retouching or retouching in general is. So I'll grab my mixer brush tool and on the low layer, and if you don't understand what I'm talking about right now, it's very I understand. I will go in depth in other videos about what frequency separation actually means, what this low layer, high layer, what I'm talking about means. But in the meantime, you can just follow along and let's see where we end up. That's the goal of this. So I increase my brush, and what I'm doing is brush in between the lights and the shadows. And also, I also generally brush areas of the skin, just blending them into each other. That's basically what I'm doing right now. So a little here, and I feel like I have a very hard brush stroke right now, and you can really see the effect of what I'm doing. If I say before, after, as you can see, all those really dark spots that we had on our model's face are, all leaving and becoming smooth. So do more brushing, and you want to even out from, so you go from the color you want to pick to the color you want to mix it with. So I don't want to go this way. As you can see, I'm bringing the darkness into the highlight. I'm bringing the shadow into the highlight, and I also don't want to go the other way. So I don't want to do this or that. What I want to do is just go in between them and spread the light in between those dynamic ranges, shadow and brightness. And you can see that brings a lot of change to our summary. So we keep doing it everywhere. Pay attention to detail. Now I'm here. What do I notice? I notice a highlight here, highlight coming here, but we have this patch of shadow. That patch of shadow is not good for the look we're going for. So what I'm trying to do now is even the light across that whole portion of her face, so that there's no patch of shadow anymore. And also even this highlight to create almost like a V. And that is because I'm working with Carla's face. I'm shaping this light based on how the light is hitting her face, because I see the highlight is coming this way, and also one on the side right here, which should create a nice V shape. So that's why I'm doing the V. Any hot spot that is too bright, you just pull some shadow in it. Any shadow that is too dark, just pull some highlight in it. That's basically what I'm doing in a nutshell. So you see right here, that's too dark. I'll put some shadow highlight in it. And I also still want to get my V over here, because whatever happens on one side, show up on this side. That's for this image. That's not normal. So let's go back and see. Whoa, wow. Do you see that? Before, after. And all I've done is just using my mixer brush. And that's almost perfect. That's almost perfect, literally. So I do more brushing on the nose. But what do I see? I see these bumps on the nose. Because of the sharpness of the camera, we can see in my aperture. I don't remember what I shot these on. We can see the bumps on the nose, and I'm happy we can. I'm happy that it's not out of focus. That shows me I'm using a good settings. So that's a trick. If the nose is in focus, you're doing a good job. Obviously the eye should be in focus, but if you get the nose, good setting. Now I go to my high frequency layer and I grab my clone stamp tool on 100. Alright? opacity 100, flow 100. And what I do now is, if there are actual places I don't like, I just go over them. So this just take a little zooming in and zooming out, but because I still want to keep the texture of the skin, so I'm not gonna like just make everything blur, but they just, just making it a little bit better. Just turn that off. So I just fixed you also want to make some perfect. You just close them to it too. There we go. That looks a little better. And we have some straight hair right here. We just close them to all of them out. Because this is a close up, I want to make sure what they're looking at is close to perfection. I just finished working on the nose, and I noticed that I have a line that I didn't like, so I'm just trying to take care of that ridge right there. So we have before, we have after. Beautiful. Awesome. I really like what we have here. See this little patch I want to fix here. I got my clone stamp too, and I just brush over it. Right now my brush is on 29, so it's a really subtle opacity. I'm just doing like a general brush job. I'm doing a little bit here. There we go. Just to turn that down a little bit. Yeah, before. Yeah, after. Beautiful. Alright. Okay, don't forget the neck. So go back here with your brush too, and just brush the colors into it. Not the colors into each other. Brush the edges of where the contrast is with the light meet the dark. Brush those edges, and I don't know how we filming. I'm trying to keep this to 30 minutes. That's bringing it up, going out like that actually. Beautiful. Now, once you're done with that, what I do is I create a stamp visible layer, and this, I think this is Shift Command Option E. I'll put it on the screen. I have it custom set to my tablet with this button. So what that does is create a new layer, and what I want to do next is dodge and burn and eyes whitening. That's a trick I believe a lot of photographers are lacking. I won't say trick, I'll say skill, because it's very important. As you see this image, it's pretty good, but one thing is not getting you the right way. I think, at least for me, it's the eyes. So I have an action also. It's called DB and whitening. What DB means is dodge and burn, and skin, eyes whitening. I use it for teeth also. I just use whitening. So once I play that action, if you look right here on the right corner, we have dodge and burn and eyes and teeth whitening. So I can start on the whitening there. Open it, click on the mask, and then change my brush back to regular brush. Go tight on the eyes, increase my brush size a little bit, and then just paint. And as you can see, what that does is just turn those yellows into white. Create it right there. Alright, and I'm not doing it too much. Now if you look, can you see the difference between these two eyes? You see that one and this one. See how that pops, and that one's just there. So that's really something that I think can help you as a photographer, make your images pop, bring your subjects to life, get your action pack if I'll put the one I have in the link in the description below. I think I got it for free actually. So get your eyes and teeth whitening pack. Actually try and export mine and put it in the description below for free. So what we notice, if you see before, after, we can just see how much of a difference that makes. Please don't forget the eyes. And the next thing I want to do is dodge and burn. And what this is essentiating or increasing the intensity of both contrast, the light and dark sides, because we just blended them together. Now we want to paint them in by ourselves. That's basically what dodge and burn is. So I can see I have highlight here, I have highlight here, which I want to make even. I have highlight going down the nose, I have highlight here on the side of our face, and on this side, and on the forehead. So I get my brush with the same intensity, and I just brush over where I want this highlights to be. So now what I'm doing is basically styling her face how I want it to be. Right here, I have this beautiful highlight right here. I want to keep this almost V shape going. Right, and I do it to the other side. Just paint over where you want the highlight to be. Right there. Also at the bottom of the cheek, all this has a highlight, and also at the top of the forehead right here. You have a little coming on the side, don't forget that, and a little on top, right? And what this done is create this hot spot on her face, and I'm gonna burn. Keep in mind, this might be too much, but we'll still have time to fix all of it. So I'm doing the opposite to my burn layer. I'm just burning all the dark sides where I want to be dark. So under her chin, I usually go over lips if you're using a black lipstick or lip gloss. So I paint that side. Also the edges of her head right here. I paint the hair. And also I use my brush and come right here, paint the ridge of the nose, the sides. Go back into my brush, paint the actual ridge. There we go. And what do we have? We have this. But I feel like this might be too much, especially the highlights. I like the shadows, but the highlights might be too much. So I go to my highlight layer and I drop the opacity from that to that. So I just want a subtle change, but I really like my shadows. My shadows, I think, bring that image to life. Actually, let me increase my highlight a little bit. Drop my shadow, and I just drop the whole thing. Yeah, it's a little more. Like right there. Let's bring that in a little. Yeah, I like that. Alright. And we have this. My next step is going to the new layer and clicking the levels. I always do the levels. What the levels is increase the contrast of your image. And I don't even need to say much, y'all just watch. So I pull in the whites, it makes the whites wider, and then I pull in the blacks, and that's where the magic happens. Boom. Before, after, you can see how much of contrast and beauty and elegance we have created in the image. That's just amazing. For extra touch, sometimes I do this. I have go to color lookup and I add a LUT. I have this dark skin LUT that I use occasionally. So bring it. It's right here. When I click on it and I click open, boom, it looks like it messed up the image. That's because it's on 100%. I take my percentage and I drop it like down to 12 or like 5. Let's see. I'm feeling I like 10 or 11. No matter. Before, after. It just helps tone down that overall brightness and make more dark skin, which I love. So what I do is hit Control S and save our image. And what that does is take the image back to Lightroom. So I started working in Lightroom. So now we have our edited image. So this is the before and this is after. I hope you enjoyed this little tutorial or breakdown session on my editing. So if you have any questions or concerns or contributions, please leave a comment in the comment section below. Like this video and please subscribe to the channel. Help us grow so we can bring you more content that you guys like it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. In the meantime, keep creating. Bye.